Now that the FDA has given the green light for a coronavirus vaccine, experts say that vaccine could start to be administered in just a matter of days. But first, officials have to ship the vaccine to hospitals, pharmacies, and doctors' offices across the country. The vaccine maker, healthcare facilities, and America's shipping giants are all involved in the distribution effort. To talk more about this, Richard Smith joins us now. He is the regional president of the Americas and executive vice president of global support for FedEx Express. Richard, great to have you with us. Let's jump right into those logistics. I understand that FedEx Express is working with the FAA to give planes carrying the COVID vaccine top priority. Tell us about FedEx's vaccine distribution plans.
Sure. Well, we've been planning for this for months with the Operation Warp Speed team made up of the Department of Defense, Health and Human Services, the CDC, our healthcare customers, Pfizer, the manufacturers, and the distributors like McKesson, the pharmacies, CVS, Walgreens, all the administration sites. We've been planning for this for months. With regards to the FAA, they've asked to let us know which flights are carrying the vaccine so they can give it priority. And of course, we work with the FAA every day. So the preparation for this has been outstanding across the board, and we're ready. We've been preparing internally for this, what we call V-Day, for quite some time now.
Well, I think on behalf of America, we're all ready to have them shipped out as well. Have doses of the vaccine at this point already started to ship out? And when will hospitals actually be receiving it?
So they'll receive them Monday. The decision was made by the OWS team and Pfizer to get them delivered on Monday because that's when more administration sites will be open to receive them. So they're being prepared and they will go out and they should be delivered everywhere Monday morning by 10:30 to most locations. In some rural markets, it may be a little later than that, but they'll be delivered Monday and we'll get there and people can start getting their vaccinations.
So, Richard, as I understand it, FedEx currently has possession of the vaccine. How long from the time FedEx takes custody of the vaccine until it's dropped off at distribution points?
So it will be delivered overnight on Sunday for delivery on Monday morning out into the administration sites. The team wanted to deliver on Monday to ensure that the administration sites were all open and ready to receive. So that is the plan.
All right. Obviously, all of us are familiar with FedEx, with tracking. Can healthcare facilities actually track the shipment status of the vaccine?
So we'll be tracking those in our network using a proprietary and patented technology we call Sensor ID that we developed over the years, and we rolled out and announced earlier this year, and we're using it en masse for the first time with this vaccine distribution. So when these packages are picked up by our couriers, a pouch will be affixed to each box with this SensoAware ID Bluetooth low energy tag inside of it. We've lit up our entire network to read these. So on top of the scan-based track and trace data that goes on every package, you'll have real-time information about that package in our system. And there's a team of agents in our priority alert team who will be monitoring these 24/7, 365. They'll have eyes on them. They'll jump into action in the event of any unforeseen delays, whether that's traffic or some sort of on-road delay, weather event, or anything. They will jump into action and ensure these packages get delivered because they're the highest priority of anything that we're carrying in our system.
I love that you show us the actual tracking device. I'm wondering, Richard, are there security concerns? Do you have security that's following these packages?
There is a very buttoned-up security plan. I really don't want to get into the details of operational security. I think General Perna would appreciate it if I don't go there, but there is a very robust security plan, including the technology that we're using to have positive control and eyes on these shipments. So we'll know where they are at all times.
Well, it's not just the vaccine itself. There are dry ice shipments, vials, syringes, among other types of elements that are needed to all come together in this well-timed dance. Who's ultimately responsible for coordinating all of that?
So that's all being coordinated by the Operation Warp Speed team. In this case, we're working very closely with Pfizer, who's already our customer, right, the vaccine manufacturer, and McKesson, who's the distributor that's distributing the kitting for this particular vaccine. Some of the other vaccines like Moderna, McKesson will actually package the vaccine and the kitting together and send it out in one box. In this case, the kitting could come from the McKesson facility and move via UPS, and the vaccine could come from Pfizer and marry up at the administration site. So in the kitting is the needles, the syringes, the alcohol wipes, and the diluent for this vaccine. So that will marry up at the administration site, and it's going to take both of us. So it really is a team effort, two competitors, teaming up for the good of humanity here.
I like that. The necessity of coming together despite corporate concerns, laying all that aside. Well, and I can also understand, obviously, with the challenges of this deep refrigeration that's necessary for the vaccine to remain effective, how they would be separated from things like needles that don't need that same level of refrigeration. Can you tell us a little bit about those challenges?
Sure. Well, most of the protection of the vaccine itself is on the packaging. In fact, all of it is in transit. They're counting on that packaging, which they validated, and it can keep it at that deep frozen temperature for many days. We're going to deliver these overnight, so they're not looking for us to do anything specialized to keep it at temperature as long as we deliver it on time, rapidly and reliably, which is what our network was really designed to do. In the event of some sort of unforeseen delay where we needed to stage one of these boxes, we did invest in some ultra cold freezers, freezer farms, as I think the media has taken to calling them. But we did invest in some of those ultra cold freezers for contingency events only, if we had to store one of these boxes in between the time that it missed, let's say, an outbound flight, and we could get it moved on the very next flight. We run a night sort operation and a day sort, so we have contingencies in place for anything.
I hear you that you're putting all of your efforts towards moving these vials of vaccine to where they need to be as soon as possible. Given some of the concerns about rural access, about access on reservations, et cetera, what's the maximum amount of time that you can assure Americans that FedEx will be holding on to these packages, getting it from point A to point B?
So we have service to every zip code in the United States of America overnight. Our competitor does as well. And quite frankly, we're the only two companies in the United States of America that can do that, that can connect all these zip code pairs or these origin destination pairs and service every zip code in the U.S. overnight.
Bravo. The vaccine's approval, though, comes as the holiday shipping rush is underway. How much of a strain is it for FedEx? I imagine that you're able to handle both?
We are. In fact, you may notice when you see our trucks on the road, some of them say FedEx Ground, some of them say FedEx Express. We have different operating companies that are designed to do different things. We've put a tremendous amount of investment into our FedEx Ground company to grow with e-commerce. We saw the e-commerce boom coming, and of course, COVID accelerated that trend many years into the future. They are well prepared to handle all of this e-commerce volume that's moving through our networks, so your Christmas presents. The Express network, which is the original Federal Express company founded in 1973, was designed for time-definite overnight delivery. So we move things in our Express network that need that type of a service, like vaccines. And we move millions of vaccines every year. We move temperature-controlled shipments every day. We're well-versed in this, and we do it regularly.
I hear when you're speaking about this, Richard, a sense of public service, but you're running a company. So I'm wondering, is FedEx profiting? How much are you being paid for these shipments? Or are you contributing to this as part of your philanthropic efforts?
So first of all, we're incredibly proud and honored and humbled to be a part of this massive effort. Networks like ours, they cost money. Trucks and aircraft and sortation facilities and your team members who want to get paid for their efforts. So we've been a part of this from the beginning, moving PPE and other critical supplies to our healthcare workers. We have pre-existing contractual relationships with the vaccine manufacturers and the distributors. So I really don't want to get into a discussion around specific pricing, but we have pre-existing pricing and contracts in place with those companies. But make no mistake, the focus for us in this effort has been getting these shipments out into the communities that are waiting on them. And we're extremely proud to play a huge role in this effort to date in the fight against COVID with distributing all of those things, PPE and ventilators and all the things our healthcare workers need. But now this next phase where we're going to be getting vaccines out there to hopefully put an end to this terrible pandemic that's taken so many lives from us this year, we're just honored to play a role in that, and that is our focus.
Well, we are appreciative of those efforts, and FedEx workers and drivers from all of those services have really been extraordinary during this time. So I want to offer a special thank you to you all.
Thank you for that.
Richard Smith, so glad that you could join us. Of course.
Thank you.
Thank you.